Hey everyone, just wanted to remind you something. Your book, right? Just gonna put a weird whatever. Your book is not the beginning and the end of everything. Your book is just a book, but the most important thing that makes up your book is what? Is the content. The content is the key. This is the foundation of your brand. By the way, when you become an author, you have now become a brand. You're a brand. But you're a brand that's based on, or rather built on, your content. This is what matters. And so when you go and you publish your book, yes, you're excited, and they're like, it's just one format of the content that you are pushing out, or your message. So the nice thing about having a book, though, is that it's one of the best ways to create that author slash what's the word I'm looking for, authority brand, right? You'll be that go-to person, because publishing a book is not easy, guys, but it's definitely one of the best ways to become an expert authority in your topic. But then it gets really tricky and very nice. This is where we love to be as TW publishers. Then you can branch out into other things, right? Now the speaking side of it, very, very interesting, very tricky depending on the kind of content you have and whether this is fiction or non-fiction. But speaking would in most cases work for non-fiction, right? You can get gigs, bro. You can get gigs, speaking gigs. You can even do some consulting for some companies based on the content of your book. Okay, remember, through all these things that I'm talking about, the most important thing is the content. The content is what you're selling. You're not selling the book per se, you're not selling the speaking, you're selling the content, because this content answers who, what, why. This is what solves the problem, not the book. This is just a format. Not the speaking, that's just a format. Not the song, right? That's just a format. This one's very interesting. We'll dive into it one day. Not the song, that's just something different. Not the film, that's just something different. These are all built on this content, and they may be tweaked slightly, right? I'm sure you've noticed when you read certain books and then the feature film comes out, it's not always 100%, what was in the book. And there's a reason for that. But anyways, we're not going to get into that. The point that I want to make is that you're building everything on your content. So there are a lot of people who are like, oh no, I can never write a book, or it's not going to work, or whatever. You're pushing content. The content that you have here, whether it's article, whatever it is, in whichever format that you've written them in, or videos, can become a book that can help people, right? And this will expose you to a different audience if you don't have a book yet, if you're not an author yet. And then you come into here, if you're not a speaker yet, this will expose you to a different audience who need what? Your content. This will expose you to a different audience who need what? Your content. This will expose you to a different audience who need what? Your content. And there's licensing, and there are many other things that we can dive into, but it's all built on content. This is where I started, right? Well, I had the content first, but this is where I started, and I mastered this whole publishing thing, right? Like the back of my hand. And then I said, well, it's pretty easy, what else can we do? And then started diving into this, into that, into this, and into documentaries and other things that, I don't have the space or the time to put in here. But it's all based on the content. So remember this, that at the end of the day, as an author, you are building your brand on content. The book is just one format. It's one way to get your content out there. The speaking is just one format. The film, the song, the documentaries, the licensing, they're all just different ways of getting your point across. But you are building on content. This is what we help you with. And then we help you with this. We help you with that. We help you with this. We help you with that. Some people only take you seriously when you have a book, if you want to get into speaking. And sometimes some people take you seriously if you have a song, if you want to get into film. But it's all based on content. And so that's what changed my life in publishing, when I realized, wait, I'm not just a publisher like many other publishers. I can do things that a lot of publishers, most publishers wouldn't, you know, dig their hands into, because I'm weird like that. Anyways, I just wanted to show you, this is how you build your brand. This is just an outline of certain things that you can do once you have content and you build. And by the way, sometimes you can jump this step, go from content to speaking, right? Content to song sometimes, but the easiest way to do it is take that content, make it into a book, and then speaking. There's also articles and many other ways, but the book will be the easiest, and I think the most memorable one, because this book is going to be there, available forever. It's your legacy, so to speak. Some of these other things, you need to be there to do them, and in order for them to succeed. Others, you can kind of automate them and the like. But yeah, just wanted to show you, give you just like a bird's eye view, although it's not everything, just a couple of things on what an author, an expert author, is supposed to be doing with their brand. All right, if you have any more questions, let me know, shoot me a text or whatever. And then yeah, let's talk about publishing. I love it. I drink it, I piss it, and the other one. All right, have a great one, guys. Cheers.